what's up? I'm Afi Kingdom, author, entrepreneur, world traveler, podcaster, mindset coach.
I love it. I love it. So today we're gonna be talking about bus drivers. We're gonna be talking about bus drivers. We're gonna talk about whether or not they are equipped to date what you would call, I guess, a high value woman. Would you call a woman that makes six figures a high value woman?
No,
You want it?
no.
Why?
That's one thing the women gotta get right. The six figure shit don't make you high value, bro. Like that's not no thing to aspire. High value is a mindset. It's not how much money you make.
Oh, okay. So it
Just
has.
like me, I can make $500,000 per year and still be some piece of shit. It's the
Okay.
mindset is what's high value. It ain't how much money you make.
So you could be
You know.
broke and be high value.
Well, no, you can't be. You don't have to be rich to be high value, but you can't be broke. You cannot be sleeping on the couch and be high value. No,
Okay.
there is a line there
There
because
is.
we're adults, right? So we're adults.
Okay.
So when you're an adult, it's certain shit you're supposed to have. You're supposed to have a car. You're supposed to have a house or an apartment. You're supposed to have a job. That's not high value shit. That's adult shit. You see,
Okay.
that's the
Okay.
fucking thing. That's adult. That's being grown.
Okay. Okay. So you got to
Mhm.
have at least the basics.
Yeah, you gotta have the basics. You have to have the basics if you're even on the dating market. I mean, you don't have to have the basics, but if you don't, you shouldn't be on the dating market though.
Mm. So if you don't have the basics, you basically should be single.
Can I freeze? Yeah. Hold on, let me see something.
You're not frozen to me. I can see you.
Oh, I can hear. Well, just keep talking. I can hear you. Let me.
Yeah. So I can see you
Okay,
just
we go.
fine.
I'm
Unless you,
moving.
yeah, you're moving. You're good.
Oh, good. As long as you can see. Go ahead.
Okay. Yeah. So we're gonna pull this video up and we're gonna analyze it. We're gonna go ahead and analyze this from both of
Okay,
our
there we go.
perspectives. What am I talking about? Perspectives. So perspectives. We're gonna both analyze this. So let's see.
So glad to have you here with us today on the Griot. I want to start here with something that we share, which is that we are attorneys by trade. You are a lawyer, you have a legal background. And as women in the law, Ayanla, do you believe that lens, that legal lens, informs our perspective and the way we show up in the world as women?
Oh, absolutely. And that's why I got out. Yeah. Very, very masculine, very intellectual, almost stripped and robbed of humanity. It really shows the dichotomy between the letter of the law and the spirit of the law. And for me, it just didn't feed my soul. And so I had to get out.
So Iyanla says here, she says she had to get out of. They're both lawyers by trade. I didn't even know Iyanla was a lawyer. I thought she just was running her mouth all the time. I didn't know.
Yeah, I didn't
But
know either.
you didn't know that either?
No, I didn't know.
So basically she's saying that she got out of law because she feels like it was a very masculine field and it was very cold and it was very emotionless. Thank you, Auntie. Hold on. Oh, Auntie always showing love per usual. He says, what up, Rhea? Salute Afi Kingdom. Peace to the chat. What's up, Auntie? Thank you so much for the super chat. But yeah, like, do you agree with that? Like women that have these sort of intellectual jobs or jobs that are in the intellectual sphere, do you think that makes them masculine?
In a way, because it's not about your standards. It's about the energy you put out there about your standards. Do you understand what I'm saying?
No, elaborate.
Okay, I can have my own standards, right? What I like. You need to have this, you need to have that, whatever. But when my standards become rules that I kind of selling myself short. You feel what I'm saying? I can
Mhm.
I can elevate your life in 10 different ways, right? But you're gonna disqualify me because of the job that I got. You see what I mean?
Yeah.
So boom. So let's check it out like this, right? Okay, so boom. Let's say I was a millionaire. Let's say I was a multi-millionaire for 10 years. Okay?
Okay.
I was a multi-millionaire for 10 years. I had a down spot. You know, I had some type of probation or some shit like that. And now I'm working for driving the bus. So what I'm saying is, you happen to meet me as I'm driving the bus, not even knowing I'm a multi-millionaire. You see, you didn't already fucked your shit up by the rules and stuff. You can have your standards, but you still have to be open to figure out what things is, because I don't know, people think small, you know what I mean? Just like you, for instance, you can elevate my life. You don't got to be my girlfriend to do that.
Mm-hmm.
People do this shit all wrong. You know, it's, you know, if certain things you don't have to say out loud. I will say that. There's certain things that I believe in say, but I ain't gonna say it on camera because it doesn't, you know what I mean? So it's like, even if you feel like that, just shut the fuck up, because you there's so much ego in dating. It's for real. It's so much ego in dating. It needs to be balanced, because everybody got these opinions, but nobody's a successful dater. People are always talking from either a single point of view, or they're talking from a relationship unhappy point of view.
So would you consider yourself a successful dater?
When I want to be.
When you want to be?
Yeah.
What you mean? You should always want to be.
No, because sometimes dating is not my number one of my priorities. So when I have goals and I have things that I'm trying to do, me being successful dating isn't in my top 10 right there. Sometimes you got to pull back and get some shit done and then go back to the dating scene, you know?
I agree with that. Yeah. I definitely agree with that. Let's see what else Iyanla has to say.
I feel that, and I do feel that I might have heard on a date or two, Iyanla, that we are not in a courtroom, Ebony. You can put the gavel down, and I do feel it can spill over into the way I show up in my womanhood, which is really the center of this conversation today, Iyanla. We want to discuss masculine energy, feminine energy. I do want to start with kind of a news framing, which is that women's rights across the country, especially Black women's rights, they're under attack. Lots of laws are banning abortions. They are regulating what we can and cannot do with our bodies. What do you think happens for Black women when this type of siege is at play and we don't feel we have anyone to protect us?
So, Afi, lots of laws coming in place to prevent women from getting abortions and so on and so forth. Right. What's your opinion on that? Well, first let me speak to Shanice. Shanice is always. What you think?
What's my opinion on abortions?
Well, just like on the laws being made, making access to abortion limited.
You know, I think I agree with it, you know, because some people, they lean too much towards it, you know what I mean? And it makes them irresponsible, you know, so we got to have some guidelines, you know what I mean? Like some, you know, abortions are one thing, but some people would just be careless because they know they got that to fall back on. So, you know, I agree. Like it should be available, but at the same time, it should be sanctioned a little bit, because sometimes people are just careless for no reason, you know, just because they can. You know what I mean? Sometimes it just makes people complacent. So, you know.
Do you always wrap it up, Afi?
Huh?
Do you always wrap it up, Afi?
Do I always wrap it up? Well, I'm 40 gang. I don't have no kids, so either I'm wrapping it up or I'm just expert level. Yeah,
you could just be lucky. You could just be lucky. Oh, you are so funny. You could just be lucky. That's like my partner. He says that. He's in his 40s and he doesn't have kids. And it's like, honey, you could have just got lucky. Like, that don't mean nothing. That don't mean you have been the safest man throughout the years. That means
no, to be honest, I had a pregnancy scare when I was like my second round in, so I kind of learned my lesson from there.
Your second round in of what?
Sex.
The second time you ever had sex, you had a pregnancy scare?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, I was 16. It was kind of like a thing, you know what I mean? I don't have that. I don't live in that household. You know what I mean? Like, mama's baby, when you gonna make me a grandkid? I ain't got that type of mom. This shit wasn't. It wasn't flying. This shit was not flying at my household. At 3762 chapter, me having a kid was not no cute shit. So once we got that squared off, man, it was cool.
Also, your mom was involved in the situation?
No. When I was 15, 16, I'm living with my parents. You know what I mean? So I'm saying that they didn't. It was a very uncomfortable situation to where when we figured out she wasn't having a kid, it was like, okay, we're not gonna go through that again. And so that's how we moved now.
Okay.
You know, I didn't even have a chance to like have fun having sex, and I'm already worried about being a dad and shit. And it wasn't my girlfriend or nothing, so that was kind of like a thing. Like it was not
what?
fun. Yeah, it was not a fun like ooh we having a boy or a girl. That wasn't the vibe for the shit. It was not that.
Wait, so did you have a girlfriend at the time?
Nah, she was just a girl.
She was just a girl.
That shit wasn't cool, bro. She was not baby mama potential. So that kind of like stressed me out a little bit.
And ever since then, you've been like Superman with the condoms. You've been coming.
I'm Superman with the condoms. I got a condom on right now.
Oh, wow. That's amazing. You gotta stay safe. You gotta